House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is offering some rare praise for Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene.
The government shutdown is still going strong, and there haven't been any signs of an imminent deal. Jeffries was on MSNBC to discuss the current situation when host Katie Tur brought up how Greene seemed to be splitting with the GOP on certain issues.
Then Tur asked Jeffries whether he had met with Greene yet. Now here's Jeffries' response.
I have not met with her, but it does seem to many of us that she's had a surprisingly enlightened few weeks in terms of her perspective on both the Epstein files and also, Katie, we know one of the reasons why Republicans refuse to come back, why they remain on vacation all across the country, is because they don't want to swear in Representative-elect Adelita Grijalva, because she would represent the 218th signature for an up or down vote on releasing the Epstein files. Republicans have no interest, zero interest, in trying to address the health care crisis that they visited upon the American people, even though you've got Republicans now, most prominently Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's making clear this is not a made-up crisis. It's a real thing.
Speaker Johnson also spoke on the shutdown and issued a warning. Let's watch that.
We're barreling toward one of the longest shutdowns in American history unless Democrats drop their partisan demands and pass a clean, no-strings-attached budget to reopen the government and pay our federal workers. We're on duty here, and we can return quickly to legislative session as soon as you turn the lights back on, Chuck Schumer, and end this unnecessary hardship for the American people.
Look, I think that the government shutdown, I said this over and over again, is a failure of Congress to do its job. The one thing we agree on is that Congress could do better. However, that said, the Democrats, just looking at this from a macro level, have a lot more to prove in this standoff. So they were willing to go as long as the longest shutdown, which I believe is 35 days, because they have nothing that the party is actually standing for right now. And healthcare is a winning issue for Democrats historically and right now.
But these were
and
subsidies.
People, I know they were COVID subsidies and
Yeah.
this, but Marjorie Taylor Greene is simply saying that people are going to look at their wallets and check out at the doctor's office and say, oh my gosh, my payments are higher for all these XYZ things when I leave the doctor. And that's going to make people uncomfortable, and Republicans will lose because of it. And so it's a lose-lose issue. This is one of those rare times where people are looking at what's going on and going to see how they're affected in January and be frustrated. No matter if you say COVID, no matter when you say the subsidies are in, Democrats are fighting for something that American people want to make sure is protected.
I don't think
and so they're going to go to the end of
the cost of health care.
They're going to go to the end of time with this, I think, because when you think about what just happened in November, they lost the election. They have no power in Senate. Yes, Democrats. They lost the election. They have no power in the Senate or Congress really at all, and not the majority. And so if they push this through, it is a huge win for Democrats, and they will see this as the party that saved healthcare and saved Americans' money.
Look,
around
I
the
appreciate and agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene's independence to an extent. I did a radar on it yesterday. I agree with her. Her mild criticism of the tariffs and some aspects of the immigration policy. I agree with that. I agree with her ideological consistency on Epstein. It's the Democrats had no interest in releasing these things until they thought they were tied to Trump, even though they're not. So I have, I roll my eyes at Jeffries suddenly caring about this issue. He doesn't care at all, but she's stuck to principles on that, and that's good. The healthcare one, she's getting a lot of attention and praise from Dems because, right, they want to double, quadruple, triple, extend subsidy, socialize the entire system, have it cost trillions that are dispersed among the population, have us be some Canada-style system where people wait and wait and wait and wait and wait for care. Nobody wants that.
People are waiting and waiting and waiting for relief from an economy that's uncomfortable that President Trump said he would deliver. And I think that Marjorie Taylor Greene sees the writing on the wall when we have immigration policies that are affecting the economy, tariffs that are affecting the economy, and now people's prices can literally go up next year. I think she sees that writing on the wall, that people were voting with their wallets. And it's going to be a problem for her and many other Republicans in a few months if they don't get this sorted out. So this is one thing that they actually have the jurisdiction to get sorted out without asking President Trump.
I think this will go on for quite some time, but we will see.
Next on Rising, former President Barack Obama isn't holding back on Trump's deployment of National Guard troops to American cities. Stick around.